Ladies and gentlemen, today we want actually to ponder about this question. Who will replace Rigathi Gachagua if the impeachment motion which has been submitted to the Senate goes through? And even if Rigathi Gachagua will go to the Supreme Court, it cannot actually be able to stop that impeachment. That means the impeachment goes through. Who do you think will be the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya? That is actually the question I want us to ponder about. But before we dive in and try to ponder about that question, I could request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video thumbs up. Share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it is good to request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to this YouTube channel, I will say thank you, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And lastly, whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to smash the bell button, because once you smash the bell button, it means you have given YouTube an okay to notify you to watch any political content that we upload into YouTube. Now, let us go back to the question. Who do you think will replace Rigathi Gachagua if the impeachment goes through? Who do you think among the political leaders who I am going actually to name to you one by one? Among that list, and I have a list of probably 9 political leaders, who do you think has a better chance to succeed the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua if this impeachment will go through? Number 1 on the list is Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Number 2 is Anne Waiguru, who is the governor of Kirinyaga. Number 3 is Irungu Kangata, who is Muranga governor. Number 4 is Gladys Wanga, who is the governor of Homa Bay. Number 5 is Professor Kithure Kindiki, who is the permanent secretary of Interior and Government Coordination. We also have number 6 is Kimani Ichung'wah, who is the majority leader in the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya, and who is also the MP of Kikuyu constituency. We also have somebody who we call Ndindi Nyoro, who is Kiharu Member of Parliament. So that is number 7. Number 8, we have Mutahi Kagwe, because as you remember, during the Uhuru era, we had this person called Mutahi Kagwe, who was actually the cabinet secretary of health and who was a great performer, who helped a lot during the COVID pandemic. And lastly, we have Peter Kenneth, who is the former presidential aspirant and who used to be the MP of Gatanga. So that is the possible list of actually 9 people who are likely to inherit Rigathi Gachagua. But if you look at that list, you will find that most of the people who are likely to enhance Rigathi Gachagua. Actually, they come from the mountain. Peter Kennedy comes from the mountain. Anne Waiguru comes from the mountain. We also have Irungu Kangata comes from the mountain. Kimani Ichung'wah comes from the mountain. Ndindi Nyoro comes from the mountain. And lastly, Mutagwe Kawe also comes from the mountain. So from that list, you can be able to know that most people who want to have that chance of serving as the deputy president comes from Mount Kenya as a region. Why do you think that is so? One thing I believe is because the people of Mount Kenya may want that seat of the deputy president to go back to their region because they believe that they contributed the majority votes to William Samoei Ruto kit during 2022 presidential election. And that's why they believe that if at all Rigathi Gachagua will be impeached, then that seat should go back to Mount Kenya. So that is why we have many people who actually people perceive that they may take the job of Rigathi Gachagua if impeachment goes through. We also have one person from Western, that is Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi is the Prime Cabinet Secretary, a very royal person, a person who is quite disciplined in the political arena. Because as you know, since the Moi era, you can find that Musalia Mudavadi is a very careful person. He served Moi as the deputy president and the vice president, actually for a very short time, around 3 months. And people from the Western region, they feel that if this impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua should actually go through, it is their time so that they can actually produce the person of the stature of the deputy president. So Musalia Mudavadi is there. And many people from the Western, they actually wish that William Samoei Arap Ruto should actually choose Musalia Mudavadi. At the same time, we also have one person who comes from Nyanza, and that is the lady Gladys Wanga. Gladys Wanga is also on the list of those people who can be chosen to be a possible replacement for Rigathi Gachagua. And that list of Gladys Wanga, many people feel that that list has been put there because of the influence of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Because if there is a person who is going to come from Nyanza, then it will be Gladys Wanga, and he is being favored by not other than Raila Amolo Odinga. Even if also the name of Raila Amolo Odinga has actually been brought forward as a person who can possibly replace Rigathi Gachagua. But remember, Raila Amolo Odinga is actually competing for the seat of being the chair of the AU. That is why it's likely that he may not come in. And as you know, the AU is going to have its election next year and is campaigning for that. But many people have said in that list, Raila Amolo Odinga should also be there. But many political analysts believe that Gladys Wanga has been plotted there because Raila Amolo Odinga may not be available to be the deputy president since he is there to compete for the AU chairpersonship. And also, we also have another person who we call Professor Kithure Kindiki, because many people feel that Kithure Kindiki is fit to hold that office of becoming the deputy president. And they believe that that was the right person who President William Samoei Ruto could have chosen. Because, as you know, even the president has always told Rigathi Gachagua that, remember, when I was choosing you, many people chose Professor Kithure Kindiki to be the deputy president of this republic. But I chose you because we are of the same level. So people feel that it is now the time for Kithure Kindiki, Professor Kithure Kindiki, who is the Cabinet Secretary of Interior and Government Coordination. So that is also another person who is on the realm line. But I don't think this name, even if it has been brought there, the name of Peter Kennedy can be really a possible person who actually can take that responsibility of being the deputy president, even if he has always campaigned to be the president of the republic of this nation. So for me, to reduce that risk, I can say we have people who are fit. Number one is Musalia Mudavadi. That is the person I am pitching for. Number two is Professor Kithure Kindiki, because he's fit for that job. Number three is for Anne Waiguru to replace the person, the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. So for the top seat, the top list, those are the three I can actually vote for. And also I can bring in, because of that a factor of Raila Amolo Odinga, I can bring in the person who we call Gladys Wanga. But I cannot really see that Kindiki, not Kindiki, Ndindi Nyoro can take that role. Also Kimani Ichung'wah, I don't see that possible. Even if people say that William Samoei Ruto might like a person who is able to control, who is going to be like a puppet. But the people who are fit to take up that post, if this impeachment would go through, I've said, is the top three. That means Musalia Mudavadi, Anne Waiguru, and also Professor Kithure Kindiki. Those are the three people who I feel that if they will be given that role, they can be able to perform their responsibility effectively. I really don't know what's your take. Who do you think should be chosen as the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya if the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua will be successful? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it is good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And always, whenever you subscribe, always touch the button or the bell so that at any moment we come up with any political content, YouTube can be in that position to notify you so that you can watch the content. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel, I will never forget to say thank you so much. because you always give me the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you, and may God bless you all abundantly until we meet in our next political analysis. Goodbye.